So what I have for you today are 4 tips for do-it-yourselfers, for homeowners that have home improvement projects that they'd like to do on their own. Now, you notice I'm actually here at a house in Westside Costa Mesa that I've held open a few times, and it's a recent rehab that's a flip. So the owners bought it in July, and the house was kind of a time capsule from the early Nixon administration. And now, as you can see, it looks pretty nice. And at the end of the video, if you hold on, I'll show you a few more pictures. Now, since I've had my real estate license for almost 20 years and my contractor's license for a little over 15 years, you can imagine that I have seen all sorts of home improvement projects. Some have been really good and some have been absolutely awful, especially some of those that tried to bite off a little bit more than they could chew. Also, along that time, I've learned some lessons myself, some of them the easy way. Most of the lessons I've learned about do-it-yourself projects, unfortunately, are the hard way. Now, one warning right up front. The big problem with considering do-it-yourself projects is that all of us seem to be impacted by HGTV and the other home improvement shows. They seem so easy. Like, I know, for example, in this house, there was a wall right here for the kitchen. There was a wall behind here in the dining room, right? Well, on TV, it's like, oh, let's just take down those walls, and $75 later, boom, open concept. It's not always that easy, that's for sure. Tip number 1, go for it. When you do it yourself, you almost always save money. Secondly, oftentimes it's really fun to do projects yourself. Number 2, get help. Whatever it is that you're doing, it's almost certain that you know somebody who's done this sort of thing before. See if you can get their assistance. I'm reminded that a million years ago, I owned a home in North Tustin, and I was trying to put up door casings, baseboards, and crown molding. So I went out and bought myself a saw, bought a bunch of crown molding. I'm out in the side yard, and I'm cutting it, and I'm trying to imagine how to measure it, and cutting it and failing, and cutting it and failing. And my across the street neighbor was a finished carpenter. I didn't even think about asking him. He walks over one afternoon, and he's watching me cut and cut and cut and try. And he goes, "What the hell are you doing?" "Oh, I'm, trying to figure out," I'm down, I'm like, "I'm trying to figure out how to cut this, the inside of a miter cut." And he said, "Oh my gosh, let me show you how to do it." So he ran over and got his nail gun. And within about 25 minutes, we had done the crown molding in both of those rooms. It was staggering. Number 3, allow enough time. If it's the first time that you're doing a project, not allowing enough time to complete it can be a big problem. Reminded of that house that I owned in North Tustin, right after we closed escrow, I had 2 flats of hardwood floors delivered to the driveway because I wanted to put it in myself. And I figured out how long it would take for me to put in 1,800 square feet of maple floor, and it turns out I underestimated by about 50%. So we literally ended up moving into the house with half wood floor and half concrete subfloor, and then I spent the next period of time trying to put in floors while living in it. I had no idea what I was getting into, and I certainly didn't allow myself enough time to learn. Number 4, know when not to do it yourself. Just like thinking about breaking down these walls that are in this house to try to do it yourself, a project that you should never try to do without a pro. Sometimes even small projects require a pro, and you don't want to learn that lesson after the fact. There's a different house that I used to own up in the hills of Orange, and I thought that I could fix a plumbing problem on my own. And frankly, I thought I did fix the problem till about 2 days later, when the ocean of water in the dining room floor told me that I didn't fix it, Fast forward a few weeks, $85,000 insurance claim because of my attempted do-it-yourself fix. The baseboards had to go, all the kitchen cabinets had to go, and when the kitchen cabinets had to go, the counters had to go, and the backsplash had to go, and the flooring had to go, and it was a huge project. So before you start to tackle a task that you may not be up to complete, that's another circumstance to get a pro, because it could cost you, or like in my case, your insurance company, a fortune. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you'd like to buy a house or sell a house or finance a house here in Orange County, please call me, 949-413-2371. You can also email me, michael@hausamgroup.com, or if you click on the little link right here above my head, you can contact my webpage that way. Also, be sure to subscribe. On my channel, there's lots of information for home borrowers, home buyers, and home sellers.